Hi, I'd like to chat today about Blooms and ICT. I recently attended a conference about leading ICT in our schools. The keynote speaker was Andrew Churches, and one of the things he discussed was the relationship between Bloom's taxonomy and ICT. I visited his website, edorigami.wikispaces.com, and I come up with this short presentation. We've been living with this document, Quality Teaching in New South Wales Public Schools, since about 2003. And inside they discuss things like intellectual quality, deep understanding and higher order skills. Much of this stuff comes from the work of Benjamin Bloom. Many teachers use Bloom's taxonomy in developing and structuring their teaching and learning experiences. So what is Bloom's? Benjamin Bloom developed in 1956 a theory of educational objectives. He proposed three domains or areas. There's the cognitive domain, the affective domain, and the psychomotor domain. The cognitive domain deals with a person's ability to process and utilize information. The affective domain is the role of feelings and attitudes in the learning and education process, and the psychomotor domain deals with the learner's manipulative or physical skills. We're mainly interested in the cognitive domain, and you can see it's listed there on the left. It starts with knowledge at the bottom and works its way up through comprehension, application, etc. While the affective and psychomotor domains are important, we are mainly interested in the cognitive domain, or a person's ability to process and utilize information. It is within the cognitive domain that Bloom came up with his taxonomy, or list, of activities and behaviours that exemplify higher order thinking skills and lower order thinking skills. Bloom's list gives us a learning process which goes something like this. Before you can understand a concept or fact, you must remember it. To apply a concept, you must understand it first. Before you can analyse a process, you must have first applied it, etc., each layer building upon the previous layer. We can use Bloom's taxonomy to build lessons. Each layer has been given verbs associated with the type of thinking involved in that layer. For example, if we're developing a lesson in which we would like students to utilise lower order thinking skills of remembering, we would have them perform tasks like selecting or listing, identifying or labelling. Similarly, if we wanted our students to be engaged in higher order thinking, like creating, we would have them perform tasks that require them to compose or construct or plan or design. We can also use Bloom's taxonomy when developing lessons utilising ICT and other 21st century skills. I developed a website titled Blooms and ICT, and the URL is listed below. On this site I've compiled links and resources from various places on the internet, and have borrowed a few pages from Andrew Church's site. Some of the pages are shown here. These pages go through each level of Bloom's taxonomy and list ICT activities that could be used in class to help you develop skills at each level. For example, if we were doing remembering, one way of doing that might be to develop bookmarks. We could use an internet browser and use favourites, or we could use Web 2 tools like Delicious to develop a list of bookmarks and share them with our class. Similarly, if we wanted to use higher order skills, for example applying, we have ICT skills listed here that could help us out with this. For example, if we were doing applying, you might want to do a presentation, or a PowerPoint, or a Google presentation. You could do a performance and use video to record it. So these pages help us out and help us link ICT skills to Bloom's taxonomy. These pages and tons more can be found on the website listed at the bottom that I've developed, called Blooms and ICT. Thank you very much.